Dr. Yaz. Paging Dr. Yaz. That's my YouTube.
Okay. Paging Dr. Yaz.
Paging Dr. Yaz. Why you like?
All right, come on, let's go. Let's start.
We got Yaz Van Horn.
Clap it up.
Clap it up.
Hey people,
Clap it up,
how
clap it
are
up.
you?
That's your energy? I need that.
Nah,
church energy.
I got you.
I need that.
We
church
just
energy.
starting off. Hey guys, I'm Yaz, and welcome to the Life is Tricky podcast. This is the first official episode, featuring yours truly. Okay, I'm helping my sis EK out. I don't know what y'all expecting to see, but be prepared for anything. Why? Because life is tricky.
So let's talk about it.
You like that, right?
Let's talk about it.
Come on, you already know me.
Introductions.
Come on, off the dome, off the do.
Let's talk about when we first met.
Okay.
It's the funniest.
So, when we first met, I was pregnant, right?
Yeah, you was pregnant.
Okay, when we first met, I probably was like 4 months
You was early on
pregnant.
because when you told me that you was pregnant, I was like, no, you're not. You was like, girl, I've been pregnant.
Yeah, I was like 4 months pregnant, but I'm a fluffy girl, so you couldn't really tell. But I was pregnant, and at that time I was doing First Touch, which is hospitality at the church, and she comes walking through the door with this big afro, like puff ponytail, looking like Sister Sledge, and I was like, hey, good morning. How are you? I was like, okay, can you register, scan a QR code or whatever? And she was like, okay. I was like, oh, you new to the church? And she was like, yeah. I was like, all right. And then she came with 2 little girls. So the whole time, I thought she had 2 daughters. I was like, yo, she a good mother. She bring them to church every Sunday. Like, they came with their snacks, their iPad, everything. They was ready every Sunday. And then my sis was fly. She was coming in there Burberry down. Your drip was elite. I was like, okay. And every Sunday I kept talking to her because I was like, you're going to talk to me.
And then?
And I didn't care. You see this face? I did not care. I was like, you're going to talk to me. Yeah. And I was like, hi. And I was like, what's your name? And she was like, E. I said, E what? She said, EK. I was like, okay. And then I was like, because it's multiple E's in the church.
Yeah.
So
few.
EK. Yeah. So it's EK and then EM. But she's the real EK. You feel me? But from then I was like, that's the sis. I could tell she was real hesitant.
No,
opening up and making any type of sisterhood bond or friendship. Sometimes that happens when people have been hurt in friendships, or they don't trust anyone, and then they don't trust anyone with the lifestyle that they live. So they don't get too close. But I don't care nothing about that.
And you did?
I really didn't, and I was like, okay, hi. And then after a while, she had to talk to me. Look at this smile.
That was on period.
Who could resist this? She had to, because she was like, yo, this girl is crazy.
And not for her.
Pregnant, walking around, harassing her every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
And what did you think when I was messing with you?
Bro, I was like, yo, she does every Sunday. But it was like, it made me feel safe at the same time, so I was...
Don't make me get emotional.
Nah, chill. We gonna make them lashes come off.
All right, don't make me get... That's the first time you told me that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't realize that I drop little nuggets every now and then, and every time I do, you was like, what? Like, remember when I was like, oh yeah, you wanted to be my friend? You was like, what are you talking about?
Bro, we just naturally talk. I don't really be like taking a lot of stuff we say to heart, because we always talking about something crazy. But that's nice.
No, for real.
Come on, my guy. That's a fact, because you can't trust everybody.
No, you can't.
And I feel like it's very important when energies match.
Yes.
When spirits match, and it's just you naturally gel with each other. That's it. That's extremely important. Wow, I made you feel safe. Yeah. That's dope.
Because my background is United Methodist, where everything is like strict. Like,
Very-
strict.
We
Right?
love the Lord today.
No, singing hymns
Come
and
and have a
stuff.
way. Jesus is the only way.
Hey, so excelling is the polar opposite of what I'm used to.
Excelling gives hood.
We
Nah.
love you, Pastor.
No, we love you, Pastor,
We
but I'm
love-
just saying, when you come from a strict background and you come to excelling is like you
It's
going
a culture
from
shock.
it's a big culture shock. It's going from Beverly Hills to Compton.
Literally.
Right? Literally. And we are the Compton of the church world. So
We are.
it's literally giving gang like as soon as you walk in the building and you like
Nah, for real.
Where I'm
It's
at?
giving frontline soldiers.
like you really a soldier for the Lord. Like you really
Literally.
thugging it out. Like
Literally.
it looked like everybody in Excel carry guns. Like I'm just being honest. Like
Pastor,
it's
we
giving.
love you.
I love. When I
We love
mean
you,
I love
Pastor.
my pastor down. Yo, he know I'm spicy. So that's from the first thing he said. Like yes, is like wow. What you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I love you though. I love you. That's my dog. Like. Talk crazy
On
about
gang.
him
On
on gang. See, this is what I'm talking about. Gang member. It gets very much gang membership, and I didn't like that at first. I was like, I'm too lady.
You didn't like that?
I was like, I'm too lady like to be in a gang. But then I start coming more and more. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Nah, I loved it because
I was
it's
like, I'm not
literally
saying-
come as you are, and it didn't matter your
Nah,
background.
that's a fact.
Like it literally does not matter.
Does not
your
matter.
Background.
That's a fact.
We even seen Caucasians in the church, Spanish people in the church.
Men were coming in wigs, full makeup, and full drag.
Stop it.
No, but I'm
mean,
just being
it's
honest.
true.
It's true. And Pastor did not judge anyone
At all.
He
At
loved
all.
on you.
At all.
So I thought it was really dope to be in an environment like that. And to have real genuine support, especially when you come from an environment when you don't have that. And to genuinely get it. And then to have somebody that's in your age group, you like...
Yes.
And you're like, dang, I really gotta be saved now. I can't play no more. Like, I really gotta get
Not
my
for
life
real.
together. Like,
you
for
go
real.
there and you're like, what's your excuse?
That's a fact.
No.
You really gotta get your life together.
No.
So,
hello, what's
you know,
what's the slogan?
Your life gets better from here.
Like, listen, Pastor, you have to pay me.
Yeah, that was just
this
promo.
This was a promo, bro.
That's a fact. So I started out as just a lay member because I did not want to be, doing anything. I technically started helping because it was still towards the end of the height of COVID. And I was one of the first 20 people that was coming to church every Sunday because my significant other does sound. So I was always there. I was help cleaning the bathrooms. I was help sweeping, mopping. I was helping in the front. And then one day, Pastor Ray was like, I think that you'll be good for First Touch.
It's always Pastor Ray.
She's always the
It's
one.
always
Shout out to Pastor Ray,
Shout out to
bomb.com
Pastor
here. So she was like, I think you'll be good. And I was just like, me? Well, I mean, she was like, you have the personality. Like, you are a people's person.
do.
And I was like, I don't think I am. I said, I think I'm just funny. Like, I like who I like, and that's that. Because realistically, I don't like everybody. God bless you, but I don't like everybody. So I'm just like, but I'm very hospitable.
Mm-hmm. No, you are. Very
And
welcoming.
I can make you feel like we best friends.
And you can.
So once they did that and they put me on a team, and then at one point I was doing it by myself every Sunday,
Yep.
they was like, you know what, we're going to give you the ministry. And I was like, I had to interview for everything. Like, it was like a real job interview. I said, okay, fine. Let me get ahead and let me do it. I went from there, and then I went from First Touch to Connections leader. So I was First Touch and Connections leader. So they merged the two ministries together, which was kind of hard because at that point we were still in a transitional stage as far as like membership, and nobody really wanted to join. So it was just like me, Vanessa, and 2 or 3 other people, and it was hard. And at that time, I just had my baby, and I was literally like in the front with the 3-4 month
Yeah, you
old.
came back to church pretty quick too.
Yeah, I did. You want to know
That's
why?
commendable though.
Yo, I had my son and I went back to school that following week. like with stitches, like 45 stitches.
Ooh.
I did. You want to know why I went back so quick? Because I needed God. Like in that moment, I felt desperate. I felt desperate, and mentally I was not there. And I was like, I need to get into a safe space. And home wasn't safe anymore.
Talk about it.
So I needed to get in a safe space. So I went from there to that. Then, like you said, doing announcements. Don't ask me how I fell into doing announcements. It was on Mother's Day, and Pastor Ray, once again, was like, I think you and Ashley should team up. She's into makeup. She has a YouTube. Yes. You like talking to people. I was like, oh, okay.
And that duo, unmatched.
Literally, the first video we made,
Unmatched.
it was like sparks. Like, I found my
childhood best
social
friends.
media soulmate. I literally found my, I would call her that, my social media soulmate.
Literally.
Like, if I was a lesbian, that's my girlfriend. Like, that's my wife.
Ready? What?
I'm just saying, like, because that's how well we mesh working together.
Nah,
And
you know what? I'm gonna insert a clip so people can see that, like, we're not over exaggerating, because that's your bae.
That's bae.
That's your content bae.
And we're goofy. We're goofy. We're goofy, and our goofy works. And we can go from goofiness to being extremely
Like
serious.
that.
And you know what it is too? We play a lot, but then we know the word. So we can always reel it back.
Yep.
And I appreciate Ashley for always being on time. Like, she always got my one up, and vice versa.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter who's leading. If I go first, she go first. Like, it doesn't matter. We never try to outdo one another.
No.
It just naturally gels. We literally look at each other and
Just know.
we just know the vibes. Like, it's literally.
And if one is kind of like a little too goofy, the other one you just make a face and it's like, all right, let's get
Bring it
into
back.
it.
But to call me the face of excelling, which I feel face of social media, I mean, actually, that's because I would never say it's just me, because that's we like Siamese twins, okay?
And Dora.
That's a big title to hold. You want to know why? Because social media is extremely important at the current moment. And anything that you do can determine your place in life. So I would never want to do something contrary to the light that I'm let shine. And I'm supposed to be displaying Christ. So I never want to do something that's going to, number one, embarrass me, embarrass my family.
Right.
Or embarrass him.
Right.
Okay? So did he come in the Honda and drive off. So I never want to do anything to do that. So I think it's very important how I just maneuver on social media, and I never really looked at it like that. I just was like, yo, I'm doing it because I love to do it. I never looked at it like it was a real job. It's fun.
That's what makes it like one of the best jobs to have. When
It's
you
literally fun.
enjoy what you do.
And I was like, I know we're adding and building to the team, but no shade. I don't want nobody else to record. Like, if it's not the four of us, like, okay, if you do a video, Sharia do a video, me and Ash. But I cannot see anyone else besides Pastor and us, or me and Ashley literally like doing something like.
Well, you know.
I do think other people can, but I'm just being selfish.
No. I 100% agree, because you got to remember, I was there from the start.
Right.
And I've seen people in and out. Us four, no tea, no shade, but we are the team.
Okay.
We are the team. Everybody knows their roles. Everybody respects everybody else's roles, while we still push each other to go outside of our comfortability.
She been trying to snatch my eyelashes off this whole time.
But we have that team. We have the team where we all push each other. First off, the way we cover each other.
That's a real sisterhood right there, because you don't get that anymore.
And going back to you saying that you could tell that I was reluctant to new, relationships and forming bonds. Us four?
I think it's important to have that camaraderie. I think just as African American women, it's hard to find that real sisterhood, that real bond, because we're so fixated and worried about nonsense, materialistic things, instead of worrying about each other's heart. Like, breaking up with a friend is just as hard as breaking up with a spouse.
They don't talk about that enough.
Okay?
They don't talk about that enough.
So I'm very cautious about who I call my girlfriends. And I'm very cautious about saying, that's my sis. I don't use the word sis lightly. Because you my sis, that means that you're in my inner circle. You are at my son's events, my events, every single personal thing. Like, you know about my love life, if I had one, if I didn't have one, child, domesticness, like, you are a witness to that. And you also bear the fruit of this tree. So if I go up, you going up.
What about when you're drawn to somebody and you don't quite understand why?
That's so crazy. So Pastor spoke about this a couple of Sundays ago.
He did. That was even that he did.
So he spoke about this a couple of Sundays ago when he said that some people really aren't your friends; they're your assignment. So you have to know who's your friends versus who's your assignment. And I believe that it could be two and the same, but you really have to have discernment and pay attention to who is supposed to be where in your life. Now, you can tell assignment relationships based on the length and the time.
Yeah.
I feel like you naturally bump into someone, you start hanging out, you start talking, and you get them through a season. And then the communication kind of dies down and sizzle out. Yeah. That's an assignment.
Yeah.
But you, my sis, we forever locked in. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, she don't have no other choice. Like, nah.
We could talk about our evolution also, because I feel like with all it's not even. I feel like facts are facts. The first 2 years of excelling, I didn't really talk to anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all are just now really getting to see my personality.
Right. Even though I still kind of made you say hi to me, but yeah.
And she did.
I did.
And she did.
I did.
She did. Even
That's
when I
true.
did the mini
really
documentary,
didn't.
when I asked you, you said yes like this. It wasn't, let me think about it.
Because I'm the type of person where if you tell me you're doing something, I'm backing you and I believe in your vision. So I'm definitely a vision pusher.
Yeah, you are.
I am. I'm a vision pusher. Like, you tell me something, I'm going to ask you. I literally can create a whole concept and scheme for you within seconds of you telling me. Literally. I just can't do it for myself.
We will talk about that.
I can do it for somebody else. So you literally say, yo, I got an idea. I want to do this. I want to do that. Child, I done came up with a whole name.
It goes.
How to brand, how to market. Like, I literally think I'm a strategist. And so this is why it's so important of having my consulting firm, because I feel like being a strategist just ties in with consulting, and I'm able to look at anything from mental health, from business on down, and I'm able to literally sit back and strategize and help you get to the next goal. And I use God too. I ain't gonna hold you up.
We all,
man.
God gotta be in everything.
Lord,
God ain't in there, right?
All right. I know she ain't giving me a check yet, but let's help her out. Not like he a genie. Oh, Lord, forgive me. I didn't mean to make you a genie. Like, let me rub the... Yeah. And poof, he come out. So.
And his divine timing.
That's a fact. Because who would have known that we would have been in this space?
I would have never imagined.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah,
No, me neither. It's definitely divine timing. And I do believe when you are going to your next level, you do need a solid group around you that's going to keep you covered.
That's key.
And that's going to make sure that, all right, the road get rocky, but you can't fall off. You got to keep going. Like, your life, our life is depending on you making it. So you can't lose. You can't lose. I'm not going to let you lose. I'm not going to let you lose. We're not going to let these things that you struggle with cripple you to the point where you don't make it to your next. If I gotta come and pick you up on one side, girl, put your arm around my neck, and we gonna limp it across the finish line, okay? Because that's what I expect people to do for me.
Ooh, that's a word. Now, what happens when you're disappointed by the expectation?
Being disappointed, I've been disappointed a lot in regards to friendships. I think because I held them at a higher standard than the ones that I was in a friendship with, and I feel like people don't value friendships anymore. Like, when I'm the type of person, if I love you, I love hard.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go hard for you.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna be one of your biggest cheerleaders. And I naturally do that. And when I don't get that in return, when I don't get the invite, when I don't get the phone call, when I don't get the, hey, are you okay? And I'm checking on you. Everybody's busy.
Yeah, yeah.
But people do what they want to do when they want to do it.
That's a word.
And I've been hurt. I've cried. I felt disappointed. I felt like I've shared this part of my life with you. And when it was your turn, you left me out. I've been depressed because of that. I've been in really negative spaces because of friendships. And that's why I said it hurts as much as a relationship, like an intimate relationship ending. And sometimes these friendships don't end. They fizzle down to where you become acquaintances.
Yep.
And it's like, you shouldn't be my acquaintance. Like, I know you better than that. Yeah. I'm just so confused.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, when people gain certain things that they want in their life, they focus on that more than the people around them that help them and build them up.
That is so true.
To get to that point.
That is so true.
So they forget about you and be like, well, now I have this. I don't need you. I don't need the support. And you be like, nah, my guy, we was just on the phone crying.
Right.
You was like how Tyrone kept calling your phone. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm supporting you. You and your mother going through it. You and your baby father, whoever is all of the chaos. I'm right there. And then now when you got peace,
that's when you're like, oh, what? Thank you.
You forget about the peace bearers. I was bringing you peace. I was helping you get to that point. We were sitting there crying, snotting, and all that. And then now you have this calm and this stillness. And now you've caused chaos in my mind. Yeah. Because there's no communication.
My rule is, if you cause chaos and confusion into my life, you gotta go. You gotta go.
It's hard to cut those people off.
It's hard, but that's how you learn how to discipline yourself with relationships.
That's very true.
Oh, it took me a while to stick to my guns. I'm not gonna say it and be like, well, I said it one time and it was but it took some time. But it's my peace over your chaos.
I like that. My peace over your chaos.
Because your no is my yes.
That's deep.
You know, I say a little something.
Okay, that deserves a sila.
Put like text over that. Like,
Yeah, okay, that could be a clip from
That
Instagram.
needs to be a clip. Yeah, that
Say
definitely
it
needs to.
Good. We could reenact my pieces.
Listen, you listening?
I'm listening.
My yes is your no. Peace over chaos. That's in Proverbs.
Child, you see how she said spun the block with the word? That, listen, that's a whole nother segment on its
It is,
own.
but wait, hold on. I got you, because as a mental health professional, how would you tell somebody to navigate these spaces where they know, hold on, wait, they might know better, but they don't do better. The signs might be there like, oh, this isn't my friend. And they're like, no, but I don't want to lose this person.
I think when we lack certain connections, we tend to gravitate towards things that we know that's going to hurt us. And we tend to keep them around. For example, if your mother was never affectionate with you, or she wasn't super close with you, or you tried to do things with her but she kept running from that intimate relationships, you will find other women in your life that act like your mother, or you would try to have them fill that void in that space of, it could be multiple women. And that's a huge space to fill. So you have all these women with all these different personalities all coming together to try to fill this void and to give you something that you know isn't tangible, because these are not the people that you wanted from. So now you're craving that closeness, that bond, but it can't happen. It looks like it's happening, you get excited, then they pull back.
Yeah.
At that point, what do? So now you got to go and find the root cause of what has this feeling that has your stomach turned upside down. So what's the root cause of that? The root cause of that, when I was 5 years old, my mother did not do...
I feel like I'm in therapy right now. Hold on. My therapist be doing this. She
right.
like, the root.
The root cause is, when I was 5 years old, my mother did not do X, Y, and Z. So now I look for other strong women who may lack emotional intelligence, right? And now I try to get them to try to do what she couldn't do, but they have the same issue she has. So how can that void be filled unless I go back to the root? Mom, me and you need to have a conversation. You know, when I was 5 years old, you treated me like X, Y, and Z. You know you did this. Now, as a black young millennial, my mom is a young mother, and she would go, well, she still goes, oh, girl, nobody do nothing to you. Now, sis. Like, I'm not one of your little friends. Calm down, okay? Like, that's how I talk to her.
Calm down.
Heavy on a calm down. Like, yes, you did. And they will block certain things.
It's the memory bank for me.
Right. They will block certain things out because those memories would be a trigger to them to that specific time in their lives when they didn't know how to parent.
Yeah.
They were learning.
Yeah.
They were learning. So now being a parent, I can't be mad at her about certain things that she didn't do. But I had to go back to my root. The root is, I am aggressive because you are aggressive. Right? I am so independent. I feel like I don't need nobody because that's what you installed in my head. Right? I am stern on certain issues because this is what you said I should be. And if I didn't be, I'm not a woman. Yeah. So those things should have broke me. But they didn't. Right? Okay? They didn't break me. But I had to go back to the root and figure that out. And once I figured... Right. Okay, Beyonce? So once I figured out what my root cause was, now I could move forward and try to fix the issues with everybody else. But everybody don't want to fix their issues.
That is true.
So I had to realize I can't get mad at them neither, because I'm doing the self-help. I'm taking the initiative to go to therapy. I'm taking the initiative to apologize.
Ooh.
I'm taking that initiative
apologizing
to watch how I talk to you, watch how I treat you, watch what I give out to you. If I'm having a bad day, you will never know because I'm not giving you that negative energy. If I'm going through something in my house, I'm not going to pick up the phone and call you because your airways are a gateway to your soul, right?
And they are.
So I need to be cautious about how I'm giving out this information, how I'm regurgitating certain stuff.
So were you like the therapist friend in your friend groups?
Everybody always called me the mom, even from high school. Like, I read my high school yearbook like maybe 2 months ago, and they were like, "You always were the mom."
Aww.
And I had somebody inbox me and was like, "Yo, Yash, you always told me I was gonna be somebody, and my mother never told me that.
Wow.
And look what I'm doing now."
That's deep. That's deep. So do you feel like it's... So, your full circle moment. You got the degrees. You know that Van Horn Consultant LLC is about to pop. It's about to be the next best thing, right?
Global brand.
So we're talking about all of these, what do we call them, goals that you're accomplishing. you just stepped into some new territory.
Yes.
Let's talk about how you bring yourself, your consulting company, all that to your new job. I don't know if you want to disclose it, but
Well, I do work in the criminal justice field. But see, stuff like this, that's why I became a counselor. Because I honestly believe that everybody needs somebody.
literally,
Everybody needs somebody.
literally,
Like I stated before, I had a me, but she wasn't consistent because of her own personal life. But once I turned a certain age, I got multiple me's. And it was, I can call, cry, yell, I need you, come get me.
right?
I need money, help me. Like, they were that sounding board for me. And I'm very grateful to those women who were older than me that took their time and kind of shaped and molded me and showed me that I am important. My mental health is important.
Yeah.
I have to focus on me. I can't let what goes on with my parentals or siblings to constantly affect me, because I'm going to be in a negative space all the time. Like, battling depression and anxiety, it's wicked.
It is.
Especially when you don't have the words, or when you don't have the words to describe exactly what you're feeling, and nobody's never taught you about these things.
Or expressing yourself.
I never had the opportunity to express myself. I think that's why I'm so vocal now as an adult. I always had to shut it down, like, be quiet. Like, what are you crying for?
Yeah.
And I go to tell you, be quiet, nobody want to hear it. Like, I never had a voice. So I always had other outlets to release any aggression, any anger. But those were fine, but I wanted to say how I felt.
Right.
That was important to me.
Right.
So once I got an opportunity to say how I felt, oh baby, it wasn't going back.
How was that first time, baby? Like,
I was scared.
finally.
I was scared.
How did you know that you had to absolutely
I thought I was
express
going to
yourself?
die. I'm not even joking, literally. It was a situation with my mother, and as a teen, you go through things with your mother, back and forth. And it just kept happening. Like, our relationship was really, really rocky at one point, and I was like, if I don't say nothing,
Right.
I'm mentally not gonna survive. And I was just like, yo, you're emotionally abusive.
You said that to your mother?
Bro.
You said that to
Somebody
your
see this. Now, she may say that I never said that. Let's get this very clear. But we had a conversation, and I just had to say, I don't like the way you're treating me.
You wasn't scared? Well, you
I
did
just
say
said
you
I
was
was
scared.
scared.
You did say.
Why? Because my mother, I felt my sibling may disagree, but I always felt like she didn't make it a space to where we could go into her anything. As far as dealing with our emotions. Now, if somebody does something to us, yes, go to our mother. All right, fine. But emotional distress, she never gave a space for us to communicate those things to her. So my mother wasn't emotionally available. Point blank, period. She wasn't. She what she did was she used materialistic items to replace.
Girl, my mama too.
I'm
not trying to trauma bomb with you, but that's crazy.
She used materialistic items
crazy.
to replace
Girl, dressed to the
emotional
okay,
health, like you being
yes.
emotional.
Yes.
So we were dressed to the nines. I was walking around in mink coats, young age, diamond watches. I was the only one in junior high school with a bust down on. Like, who I like icy. That's why I am the way I am now. So we could never talk. And it made me so frustrated and angry that I could never say how I felt. And if I did, I was always wrong. Always. So as an adult, I became aggressive. I became very guarded. Anytime somebody would say anything about my behavior or I acted a certain way, I felt attacked. Like I jumped. Like you balked, I'ma bite. Like it was serious. I didn't like playing too much like with people. Like a lot of stuff wasn't a joke to me.
Yep.
Because I'm just like, don't play in my face.
Yeah.
Because now I had to protect me. Mm-hmm. And there was nobody to protect me after a certain age as far as emotionally.
Right.
Because as a kid, I had to put up a barrier. I had family members that, especially my aunt, she was emotionally available to me to a certain extent. But even with her, it was like, you're not my mother. So now you're too bossy, and I just need you to listen.
See, that's
you talking
funny.
Too much. I just need you to pipe down.
Because for me, it was my mother's mother, and she could discipline me. I was like, okay, all right.
See,
anything she corrected, I stopped.
I didn't have that because my grandmother died at 42. My grandmother died at 42 of lupus, and I was 9 years old.
Oh wow!
So this cycle of broken relationships between mother and daughter, it's very heavy in my family, and I chose to be the one to break that generational curse, even though I had a son.
Wait, hold on. What was that defining moment when you were like, this is what I'm going to do to make sure not only do I help myself, but I help other people break these curses?
In my own personal life?
Personal, yeah.
How deep you want to get with this?
We can go. This life is tricky, baby.
Once again, this is my side of the story. I was engaged, and it was just a lot of back and forth going on with my mom. And she said something to me that cut me. When I mean cut me, I mean cut me. Like bad.
Are you feeling it right now?
No.
Like, are you taking yourself back?
I'm not, but I just had to close my eyes because that's how I have to describe.
I'm asking because you know I'm an empath.
Nah, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
I feel it. No, I feel it. That's why.
But I'm not gonna let myself go all the way there.
But
I'm gonna just go a little bit, just for.
Nah. This is a safe space.
She said, once again, she may say, she may not have said this. She told me I ain't gonna be
Ooh.
Right? She was mad. She was angry. She was like, I'm gonna be the type of person where I'm gonna let my child get molested and abused because I don't say anything, because I act timid or act like I don't know. And she said some other stuff like I'm not gonna make it and different things like that. And I was depressed for almost a year behind that. In the midst of planning a wedding. Newly engaged, living with my significant other, and me and my mother are going head to head at a time where we're supposed to be like this.
Right.
You're supposed to be helping me pick out a dress, go shopping, do all these things, and emotionally she wasn't available because she was angry. And her saying that, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I said, now I heard some hurtful stuff in my life from her. Just some things, but that right there took the cake. I was like, yo, you really think I ain't?
Yeah.
You or people, like, that's crazy.
What helped you get through that? I know God is at the forefront.
Of course. But my significant other, he literally, like, snatched the phone and was like, don't call my house and disrespect my wife. I was like, okay, bye. You heard him. Don't disrespect his wife, per. You heard what he said. As he should. And he better have.
As he should.
Well, I was giving a ring right back. But real talk, he was very instrumental on making sure that I emotionally, like, I was okay and I was covered. And I thought I was like, yo, okay. In that moment, I was like, all right, he really the one, because he kept me covered. And that was so important because I didn't have a covering. Everybody that was supposed to protect me was non-existent.
Wow.
Daddy, mommy, and as a little black girl, you always want your daddy and your mommy's approval of everything.
Yeah.
I think as a little kid, period. But I just think with us, there's something in the dynamic of our people that the relationship with our parents is very toxic. And I've been trying to figure out what is the root cause of that, because it's unhealthy.
I think it's, and with all due respect, respectfully, it's always leaning on prayer. We feel like God is the only resource when there are other resources. But our generation sees that we have other resources where beyond us, before us, rather, it was, no, first off, if you're going to say it in the family, it's going to be this person that you can say it to. You can't go beyond that person.
Sometimes you can't even go to that person.
Right. In most cases, you couldn't go to that person. It was always secrecy. That's why I appreciate our generation and the younger ones.
Because we tell it. We tell
like my
everything.
sister we have a 10-year gap, and there are times where I'm like, whoa, I wish I could say that at your age.
Oh, she bold.
Oh, she's bold. See, I'm bold, but she's bold. Go
ahead, sis.
And I comment her all the time, though. I'm like, whew, girl, I wouldn't have said that. I would have waited.
Yeah, my little sister don't care. She be barking up my mother tree, and I be like, I'm grown. I don't even live with her, and I don't even be saying certain stuff. But I say that I hang up and block her, so she'll call me back. I'm like, no, you get on my nerves too. Get out of it. Boop, boop, block. And I don't talk to her for like 3 days. Because I know if I don't block her, she gonna curse me out. Ooh, okay. But little sisters are bold. My little sister bold, bro.
They are.
Bro, she got nuts
it's
on
commendable.
her. Her nuts is very heavy. Like they dragged the floor, like...
Did you enter the defining moment that, like, you was like, I'm going to be a mental health counselor?
Oh, yeah. When, after my mom said that, and I noticed that I was going through whatever I was dealing with, and one day I was on the internet and I was like, I can't take this no more. I was like, I need to talk to somebody because I'm literally, I felt like I was going to hurt myself. Or I felt as if I wanted to hurt myself. And I was like, all right, she don't love me. I don't love me. Nobody don't love me. I don't need to be here then.
Right.
And I said, dang, this getting crazy. I said, nah, I got to talk to somebody. For real, for real. I said, I can't let all this swag go to waste.
She's...
So I hit up. I found a black female therapist. Her name was Latoya Charles. And young black girl. And my first conversation with her, I cried for the first half an hour. And that was just the consultation call. You know, they do like a free... I cried so bad. I cried because it was... It's
she was good.
Yeah, it's still to this day that little girl in me wants my mother's approval, or wants her to be proud and wants her to be happy with every decision that I make and regarding me and my son's future. So even now to this day, like a little piece of me will always be like, if she says she don't like something, I get upset. I get mad. So once I had a conversation with my first therapist, I was like, yeah, I got to do something.
Right.
So I was in school for psychology. So I was like, I got my BA in psych. I graduated in 2018. Literally 4 months after getting married, I graduated in my BA. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a couple of months off. I took a year off to like just enjoy being married. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be a school counselor. Because I feel like kids go to school with that weight on them.
Yes, they do.
And they don't have anyone to talk to. And I remember my grandmother died, and I was in the 3rd grade, and I had a school counselor, and she got me through that.
Wow.
She really got me through that. And I literally was in counseling from 3rd grade to 12th grade, high school.
That's dope.
Literally, I was in counseling. So it was one of the best things I think I could have ever done because it helped me mature. It definitely helped me love me even more. And it heightened my emotional intelligence. So after dealing with that, I was like, yo, I want to help other people. And I was like, I feel like I could get anybody to tell me anything.
Yes.
No, not like that, but I'm just saying, like, I can make you feel comfortable enough to disclose certain things you may not want to tell anyone else. But I don't do it to be malice or malicious. No, I'm actually giving advice. And then while you're talking, even, I'm being honest, while some people talk to me, I really do pray while they talk.
Yeah. Yeah, because some people just...
Because
when you listen to people, you're like, ooh.
I don't even notice, like, even with some of our conversations, like, I be tapped in, like, for real.
Stay tapped out.
We're not going to go there between me and her.
Please stay tapped out.
Seriously, certain conversations that me and E has or have had, I literally, like, would start praying because I'm just, like, I can see it in her eyes, like, all right, okay, all right, whenever you're ready. And I was like, forget it, I'm not waiting for her. Well, you need to do. And I think that's being a therapist is not just my calling, but it's a gift. And I have the gift of counsel. And I don't take that for granted. I don't take it lightly. And I want to be the plug to those that are in need. So if you don't want to deal with me, I want to be able to outsource for you. So you come to me like, listen, I need a therapist. I need them to be white, tall, 6'5", look like Brad Pitt.
Yo, you gonna be the mental health evangelist.
Oh, God.
Hello?
I don't want to be an evangelist, but okay. Let me take that clap back. Reverse.
She's stupid.
I don't want to be a mental health evangelist.
But
I really don't want a title. People always tell me I'm a preach, I'm a prophesy. But I just feel like certain things that I just think that I just want to be me.
Why are you running from the rest of it?
If he used me, he used me. But I just want to be me. I really do, because I feel like I'm still struggling with a lot of things. And I feel like I'm not in a space to really do certain things with certain people. So that's why I run.
I get it.
That's why I run.
get it.
And I feel like I may always keep one struggle so I don't have to do.
But
that's not good.
Don't
take my... Now that's the whole, I have to put my mind in a different space and order.
So you don't think with that you'll start to tap into all of these?
Oh yeah, gifts? I do because I do it now. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. It's a daily struggle to get yourself together, because we're all human. We all have vices, and I just want to make sure that when it's time for me to deal with other people, I'm in a mental space where I can honestly and deal with them and give them my authentic self.
Right.
I don't want to never put on an air in front and act like I don't know where you're coming from. Even my jargon would change.
It does.
When I talk to certain people from certain areas. From the block, so you gonna get, all right, boom. So what happened was, I'm gonna give you that. But if you're looking for clinical terms, you're gonna get that as well. So it all depends. I feel like I'm a chameleon. I can literally be put anywhere and blend in. So that's what Van Hall Consulting is here to do.
All right, so we got a gist of what Van Horn is about, but
Right.
you tell us your vision, what you want to come to life, all of that.
So Van Horn Consulting, I feel like it's a global brand.
Period.
We are a consultant agency that deals with clients that are looking to be coached, or if you're looking for individual sessions, or if you're looking for referrals to counselors that are outside of your medical network, we will have that referral for you. Also, I feel like I would want to add a strategist to my list as well.
As you should.
Because I just think that I'm pretty dope in that area. You can give me a topic, an idea, and I give you 10 back. So
Yeah, literally.
within 3 minutes, yeah, it's crazy. So
It's
yeah,
impressive.
yeah. So I just want to be the plug to everything in mental health.
Change your verbiage.
Oh,
You will be the plug.
I will be the plug.
Thank you.
All I need is a socket.
So we're gonna wrap it up. Right? How do you prepare for these days? And then how do you decompress? Because you're preparing for a lot, but then you have to decompress from everything that you took in.
How do I prepare? Like the night before, I would take out my clothes, lay everything out. I'll spend a lot of time in the bathroom. Like just like breathing, like praying, like, all right, God, I'm just so tired. I'm exhausted. Because this is my first time in a long time working during the day. I used to work overnight for 10 years. So it's readjusting back to that time slot schedule. My body still hasn't adjusted to
Right.
being up at the times where I'm supposed to be asleep. So that's another big thing too. Like I haven't really been sleeping, but that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, so I'm literally like, all right, I'm excited because I know what my purpose is. And how I decompress is once I leave out of that jail, whatever I was dealing with in that moment, it's left at that door. Once I leave out and turn my cell phone on,
That's good.
the first person I see is me. All right, come back. Then the next person I see is my son. And I'm like, I'm excited to get home. And the first person I call is him.
You is a mother.
I'm a mother. Hi. Okay. I call my baby. And he go, hi, mama. And I go, oh, okay. And I'm like, all right, today wasn't that bad. Today wasn't
Aw, that's cute.
Hey, guys.
If you need something else, say it.
So, this is just part one
Part one.
of the new season of...
Big yes, not the little one.
Okay, Big EK of the Life is Tricky podcast. We will be back for a part 2. Okay? Boost. We see you soon. Peace. I do work for DOC, Department of Corrections. So working for Rikers, or working at Rikers, I should say. Wow, it's an eye-opener. You really get to see, I'm just going to deal with the mental health aspect of it. The rest I won't disclose, but you really do get to see how individuals in New York City that are dealing with mental health, how they're treated. You do get to see that contrary to what people may think, they do have a lot of programs afforded to them, but a lot of people opt out of those programs. And I think that's the biggest misconception, that New York City doesn't take care of those that are dealing with mental health issues. They do, and especially those that are incarcerated. But you have to agree to be serviced.
Wow.
So some things that they're going to do it automatically because you are clinically diagnosed, you are taking these medications, you may be a violent offender and these services are going to come to you. But other things, if you don't sign off on, if you don't allow them to help, then what else would you like them to do?
Yeah.
What else would you like the city to do realistically? And I don't think that's fair. So, yeah. It's very interesting.
What's harder, working with kids or with adults?
I feel like working with what's harder? I kind of would say both, but I work in a male-dominated population, right? So most of the PICs, which is just persons in custody, are males. I'm a female.
Oh, so you get to use your voice.
I'm like, so what's going on with you today? Like, what's up? What happened? Nah, cause I'm like, don't be aggressive. You can talk to me regular. You don't gotta boast your chest up. It's just we having a conversation. Now with kids, okay, I'm not your mommy, and I think a lot of that they have misdirected anger towards their mothers, especially those that are in custody or that are in rehabilitation facilities. They are angry at their parents, their grandparents. So if you look like their mother, you sound like their mother, you smell like their mother, you remind them of their mother, they're not going to be receptive to what you're saying. But someone older, a guy, he may be a little bit more receptive to a female because they don't really see women like that.
That is true.
Versus a male counselor saying something to him. Now, it all depends on where he is, how rationally he's thinking. Like right now, we're teaching rational thinking and being humble and different and dealing with that and emotional intelligence. So, if you don't have those things, it could be hard to, tap in.
So what's emotional intelligence? I know it is.
So emotional intelligence, I'm going to break it down really easy. Emotional intelligence is having the vocabulary to express what you're feeling internally. Right? So, and then you're able to use rational thinking ties in with that. So you're able to decipher right from wrong. Right?
Yeah.
And you won't let your emotions lead you to do something negative. Now, we're human, so we're all going to have that battle to where we're either going to let our emotions ruin us.
Yeah.
Or we're going to scale back and think about the movements before we do. That's just like being angry in the street, getting into an argument with somebody. It's either I'm going to let my emotions take control and I'm going to react, or I'm going to use my rational thinking and I'm going to step back and assess the situation. And then.
So.
I thought he wanted to say something.
Want to hold for the car? No, I wasn't.
Oh.
No, I was just, no.
Okay.
No, I'm just sitting.
That's Matt. Say hi, Matt. Matt says hi.
Matt says hi. What happens when you see yourself in these? What do you call them? Prisoners? Well, no, I'm
persons
they're
in
still
custody.
people, but they're still
persons. That's why we call them persons in custody.
That's so degrading.
No, persons in
No,
custody
I
is less
still
degrading than inmate. Detainee. They don't even say that. They call them by their last names. So they're not calling them by a number.
Johnson is right here, and he's like, I see you. I see you. I know you probably can't really say, I see you. How would you guide Johnson?
I actually dealt with that yesterday. A PIC was angry, upset, and I was like, yo, I'm not even gonna hold you up. I understand your plight. I was like, yo, I understand everything that you're going through. I see the aggression all over you. I said, you're like engulfed in aggression and anger. I said, because you're back in a space where you said that you will never come back to. But I said, but if you don't take control of that anger and use some emotional intelligence, you're going to start fighting. And then you're never going to get out of here.
Yeah.
So you literally have to calm down. You have to calm down. And I was able to get through to him to a point where nothing didn't happen, and I hope nothing happens this weekend. But even still, it's hard because it's not, I see myself in them. I see my father. I see my brother. I see my uncles.
Yeah.
And it's disheartening because we all from the neighborhood. Some of these people you don't actually know, but you passed on the street.
Yeah.
You recognize their face and you're like, I went to school with you. You live, I used to see you on the train every morning.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing here? Your natural reactions, what are you doing here? But to hear the stories, and some of them are irrational. They think that they're not supposed to be there. Or they think that, I just had a gun. It wasn't nothing. And it's like, no, you're not supposed to have that in New York City.
Right.
Like, some of them aren't educated enough to understand their charges. And these are serious things that they are facing. So, as an employee, along with my team that I do work with, we try our best to help them rationalize what's going on and to support them as best as we possibly can within the ramifications of not stepping outside the lines of what our job description is.